This is the story of how the two of us flew round trip to China in comfortable seats for about $450. The first year we were together, only one of us made the trip. The tickets were already booked, and the time off wouldn't line up for the other. The visit home to family happened with an empty seat where the other one of us should have been. So the next year, we made a promise. We would go together. We finally had the time. What we didn't have was the money. A round trip to Beijing for two people is not cheap, and paying for it outright simply wasn't in the budget. So we got creative. We leaned on something we'd been quietly building for years: points. A few months later, the two of us were on a plane to Beijing in the exit row with room to stretch out. We had paid about $450 for flights that would have cost around $5,000. No risky tricks, no endless credit card games. Just points earned on everyday spending and one idea most people never use. Here is exactly how, step by step. To understand how this works, forget most of what you think you know about airline miles. We didn't earn a single Air China mile or a single Air Canada mile to book this trip. What we earned were flexible points. In our case, American Express membership rewards. Flexible points are the whole secret because they aren't locked to one airline. They can transfer to many. American Express partners with a long list of airlines. One of them is Air Canada's program, Aeroplan. So we moved our Amex points straight into Aeroplan, 1-to-1. 100,000 points became 100,000 Aeroplan miles. Here's the part that surprises people. Aeroplan is Air Canada's program, but you don't have to fly Air Canada. Air Canada belongs to a group of airlines called Star Alliance, and Aeroplan miles can book any of them. So we used a Canadian Airlines miles, earned on an American credit card, to book flights on a German airline and a Chinese one. We flew Discover Airlines from Orlando to Frankfurt, then Air China from Frankfurt to Beijing. One pool of points, a whole alliance of airlines to spend them on. That is the entire game. Master that one idea, flexible points moved into the right partner, and cheap travel opens up almost everywhere. The goal was 2 round-trip tickets, Orlando to Beijing in September, right before the fall holidays. Let's put real numbers on it. In cash, those 2 economy tickets would have cost around $5,000. Through Aeroplan, the two of us flew that entire round trip for 225,000 miles. We were about 25,000 miles short, so we topped it off with a small cash copay of roughly $200. And because one of us is on the taller side, we added exit row seats with unlimited legroom, about $250 more. So all in, roughly $450 out of pocket for a $5,000 pair of flights. That's about 2 cents of value for every point we spent. 2 cents a point in economy is a genuinely good redemption. Not a flashy business class headline, just solid, honest value. The routing wasn't a straight shot. Orlando to Beijing can take anywhere from 22 to over 30 hours, depending on how you go. We went through Frankfurt, which kept the total travel time down and the seats comfortable. So where did 225,000 points come from? This is the part anyone can copy. They came from groceries, dining, gas, the everyday spending we were already doing. The points came from welcome bonuses. Open a card, hit a spending target, and earn a big chunk at once. Our first was the American Express Gold at an elevated 100,000 points. But those bonuses aren't free. Each gold card needed $6,000 of spending to unlock, and the Blue Business Plus needed $4,000, all within the first few months. Then, we ran the same play again, 2-player mode. Player 2 opened their own Amex Gold for another 100,000 points. That's the quiet advantage of traveling as a pair. 2 welcome bonuses, plus a third card, the Blue Business Plus. About 225,000 points in 9 months on spending we'd have done anyway. One honest note, card offers change constantly. Since our trip, Amex has raised some requirements and trimmed some bonuses, so always check the current offer before you apply. Earning the points is only half the story. Finding the flights is the other half, and it's where most people give up. We booked in May for a September trip. Award seats are limited, so availability, not money, is the real constraint. We got a little obsessive, opening accounts with 7 different airline programs just to compare. Some looked cheaper on paper but fell apart in practice. One wanted very few miles, then piled on hundreds of dollars in fuel surcharges and a slower routing. Aeroplan won for a simple reason. It had the space we wanted, on the route we wanted, and the site itself was clean and easy to use. Another program was just painful, logging us out mid-search before we could even see the seats. The cheapest award on paper is rarely the best award in practice. We got a lot right, but we also learned things we'd change. The biggest one, we booked a round trip, and we didn't need to. Award tickets can be 2 separate one-ways, even on different airlines, stitched together, so you shop each direction for the best deal. Second, be flexible on your arrival city. We flew into Beijing, but routing through Hong Kong is often much cheaper on points. Third, be patient with award space. Sometimes the best price means 2 or 3 connections, and if you need a direct flight on an exact date, cash will always give you more choice. So here's the playbook we follow now. Earn flexible points on everyday spend, find the award seat first, only then transfer your points and build your own routing, one way at a time. So was it worth it? For us, it wasn't even close. The cash version, $5,000 in flights, plus 3 weeks on the ground across China, easily runs over $10,000. And we know people who've spent more. We did the whole thing for a little over $5,000, all in, roughly half price. And once you're there, your money stretches. For the 2 of us, about $100 a day covered food, lodging, and getting around comfortably. This was never about flying first class for free. It's about making a trip that felt out of reach suddenly possible. If you're visiting family overseas, or you've always assumed a trip like this just costs too much, this is for you. We're already planning our next trip, and we've gotten better at it. And the next redemption we're working on looks even better than this one. That's a whole video of its own, so subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you want to see the places this trip actually took us, our full guides to Yunnan and Xi'an are waiting right here. Points made it possible. We hope they do the same for you. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.